News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
The investigations continue into gunshots fired this week in Missoula. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. Congratulations. You made it. It's Friday, August the 7th, 2015. It is clear and it is chilly out there this morning. Remember the other day when it was 69 degrees at this time of the morning? Well, right now we've got 43 degrees under a clear sky in western Montana. That's how quickly things can change. Our newscast this morning sponsored by Dig It Excavating, bringing 30 years of excavation excellence to every job. Call 214-4292. A top story this morning at around 6:30 Wednesday evening. Gunshots rang out at a central Missoula neighborhood. According to Missoula Police Public Information Officer Travis Welsh, residents in the 1700 block of South 12th reported seeing two silver four-door vehicles pull into a neighboring driveway.
When they arrived, they encountered two witnesses. There were no other participants on scene. The witnesses described two silver-colored vehicles pull into an adjacent driveway. They both heard a female yell out something about some missing property. That female voice appeared to come from the second vehicle. And just after that, a male got out of the passenger side of the second vehicle, and that's when they heard the shots, and they described hearing as many as 4 shots at one point.
Welsh said 2 bullets struck a neighboring home, but no one appears to have been injured.
And after that, the male, who was described as having black shoulder-length hair, wearing a T-shirt, denim shorts, and a baseball cap, was seen running westbound. And then the 2 vehicles backed out of the driveway, and they also left westbound. When officers examined the scene, they did find shell casings. They also found damage to a nearby home.
Officials are continuing the investigation. Anyone with information has to call the Missoula Police Department at 552-6300 or Crime Stoppers if you'd like to report anonymously at 721-4444. A federal judge in Billings has sentenced the last of 13 people convicted for their roles in a drug ring that was run by an inmate at a California prison and brought an estimated $300,000 worth of methamphetamine to Montana. U.S. District Judge Susan Waters yesterday sentenced 32-year-old Mario Albert Villegas of Los Angeles to 30 years in prison, followed by 10 years of supervised release. The ringleader, 31-year-old Jason Neal of Taft, California, was sentenced to 50 years in federal prison back in June. Waters ordered that sentence to run at the same time as his 25 years to life sentence for second-degree murder. Prosecutors said Neal used smuggled cell phones to run the meth ring that brought 10 pounds of the highly pure drug in Montana. A quickly moving grass fire in the Evergreen area near Kalispell destroyed multiple homes and caused evacuations Wednesday evening. Flathead County Sheriff Chuck Curry told our John King yesterday that the investigators believe they know who is responsible for the blaze.
We did conduct an interview on a male transient that was in the area. Conducted that interview last night. We do feel we have the point of origin and the individual that caused the fire, and that investigation is still ongoing today. We're just working on getting the paperwork wrapped up and getting it to the county attorney's office.
Curry says the fire only grew to about 6.5 acres, but caused a large amount of damage.
The fire broke out about 4 p.m., spread very quickly. It's a residential area. There were 2 to 3 actual homes, probably 6 to 8 outbuildings, and we probably evacuated 25 to 30 homes just in the neighborhood around the area where the fire was headed to.
The fire was still smoldering yesterday, despite firefighters working through the night to halt the devastation. KGVO News is waiting to hear the name of the suspect and whether or not there were any deaths or injuries related to that fire. Glacier National Park officials say a wildfire that closed a popular area of the park only slightly affected the overall number of visitors last month. The 6-square-mile fire has been burning since July 21st, shutting down a portion of the popular Going to the Sun Road. Park officials said in a statement yesterday the number of July visitors decreased just 0.5% compared to 2014. The St. Mary entrance, where the road is closed, saw a 20% visitor drop for the month. Some crews battling the fire have been assigned to work along Going to the Sun Road in an effort to make it safe to reopen the 18-mile stretch. It's called Operation Big Sky by various groups on the web who sent out a call for help on Tuesday. Now armed individuals in camouflage are camping out near the White Hope mine east of Lincoln, hoping to form a buffer between the U.S. Forest Service and a miner in a property dispute. Lewis and Clark County Undersheriff Dave Rao spoke to KGVO yesterday about how deputies are dealing with that situation.
The way we're going to deal with this is, again, we're going to keep the peace and enforce the laws. We are currently in contact with the mine owners, or the person that has the claim out there, and we're working with them. And so is the Forest Service is working with them as well. So that's how we're going to handle it. Our main objective, of course, is keeping the peace and enforcing the laws of Montana.
Rouse says some people in Helena and in Lincoln have been a bit startled, but says the situation is not a tense standoff by any means.
No, we're not doing anything like that right now. We've had no issues as far as them. It's the I think the biggest thing is probably just their presence, and the citizens in Lincoln have questions why there's people walking around in camouflage and carrying weapons.
Groups like Oath Keepers say the encampment is not there to provoke a standoff. They describe the Operation Big Sky as, quote, a security operation, end quote. When asked about how many individuals were at the camp, Rao estimated about 8. On Monday, Montana Fish and Wildlife relocated a female grizzly bear for killing a domestic sheep just east of Avon. Executive Secretary for the Livestock Loss Board, George Edwards, says this year these grizzly attacks have become more common.
Our January 1st through today, we've paid for 53 animals this year, and last year for the same time period, we'd only paid for 34 animals. And I'm aware of over 20 head of livestock cattle that were killed by grizzlies in the Red Lodge area that we have not received the claims on yet.
The government has paid almost $45,000 this year to folks who lost livestock. Why are more grizzly claims coming in?
I have no idea why the numbers go up or down, other than I've attended meetings like with the grizzly bear committees, and the bears are roaming farther out from their traditional areas, and are noticing a lot of producers that have never had claims before submitting claims this year.
For more information and statistics, visit newstalkkgvo.com. Our News Talk time is 6:12.
News Talk KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly sunny skies today with our high temperatures climbing into the low 80s. Mostly clear tonight, lows in the upper 40s. Warmer this weekend with our highs in the mid to upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for Missoula's KECI 13.